Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. We've got Scentsy on deck today. This time we have some top leaders that had some things to say about anti-mlm while they were training their team for big business energy. We're gonna get right the f into it, but first we need the disclaimer. If you're not familiar with Scentsy, I will give you a quick rundown. Scentsy is what is known as an MLM, also known as a multi-level marketing company, network marketing company, social selling company, party plan company. Some would even refer to this type of business model as a pyramid scheme. And that is because these types of businesses do run off of a recruitment-based team building business model, meaning the more people they recruit onto their team, the more money they make, at least as it stands right now. These types of businesses do have products that they use, in my opinion, as a front for their team building model. And the products of choice chosen by Scentsy are primarily scented products. They are originally known for their staple product, which was the wax warmer with the light bulb that you plug into the wall. It has a dish on top and melts your wax and makes it smell a certain type of way. They also have since expanded into children's products, cleaning products like laundry care. They now have flamed candles, so they're no longer the wickless company. They've even come out with a smart diffuser to try to cover up the shit they've been doing behind the scenes.
Do you smell it? Because I smell it. It's horse shit.
Any Hoosier, these people are still trying to recruit to their teams and trying to get sales, even though they look like they're flailing in the water.
And there is not a life raft in sight.
And this is a great example of that, this team call, where they are trying to encourage other quote unquote leaders in the business to find their big business energy. Let's get into it.
All right, Katie, do you want to kick us off? Open us up with prayer?
Hey, you guys. I'm going to open this up in prayer real quick, okay? And then we'll get this show started. Dear God, I pray, Lord, that this call speaks to so many of the people that are listening to it. I feel the shift in this season, God. I feel the shift in this business. I feel the positivity. I feel like big things are getting ready to happen. And I pray, God, that you bless each and every single person that's on this call, that you bless their business, that you give them strength, that you give them courage to do hard things. And I pray that all the things that are said tonight on this call blesses them tremendously. Amen.
Amen.
That was an interesting prayer, and in my opinion, telling.
All right, friends. Well, welcome to our second Big Business Energy call and our first in-depth training, if you will. We're going to start off with talking about Scentsy Family Reunion. I know we kind of touched on it last call.
Before she starts talking about Scentsy Family Reunion, I want to let you guys know that this meeting, this call, was hosted before the bomb dropped about the PR boxes being sent to consultants. So we don't know what this group of consultants has to say about that yet. According to this call, they're supposed to be doing these calls once a month. So maybe we'll hear next month how they feel, you know? We'll see.
But with World Tour now being under our belts and people winning the golden ticket.
You've got the last golden ticket.
I got a golden ticket.
And us starting to gear up for it, we wanted to share from a couple of people why we're excited about Scentsy Family Reunion and why you should be there. So I've asked a couple of my friends to just give us a quick a recap of why they love going, how it changed their business, what works for them, and hopefully we will see you there. Okay, so we're going to start with, is Jessica on here? Thought I admitted her. Oh, there you are, girl. Okay, I am going to put the spotlight on you.
Okay. Can everybody hear me? Yeah. Okay. Of course you make me go first. So I joined back in 2020. And so SFR in 2020 and 2021 were virtual. And those were awesome. It was fun. But then the first one in Salt Lake City, I flew by myself for the first time ever, stayed by myself, just kind of was like, all right, here we go. And honestly, the shift that I felt was amazing because we all kind of get burnt out. And so it just kind of reignites that fire.
Speaking from experience, a lot of consultants who go to these conventions around the time, like right before conventions, there's usually like a lull in, I don't know if it's a coincidence or not, but there's usually a lull in things like sales and team building. And you just, like she said, you feel burnt out. So I see, and many other people who have left MLMs, you start to see what these are really for. I see these family reunions, these MLM conventions overall in all MLMs as just a hype fest. They're literally like a festival of hype for your MLM business so that you don't quit. There's hardly anything that you get out of there that is going to benefit you in a business building sense, in my experience, and from what I hear from other people who have also left their MLMs and have attended conferences in the past.
And you get to see everybody and hug everybody, and it just kind of reignites that passion and makes you excited again. And I haven't missed one since. So I'll see everybody in Boise.
See? That's the community aspect of it. That's what they're selling you, the community. You shouldn't have to pay to be a part of a community if you're not getting anything in return from that community. What are you getting in return?
A headache.
Hype to keep your Scentsy business going. How long have you been keeping it going?
Entirely too long.
And is it time to give it up?
I was just talking and I was muted, so I hope you all love that. Thank you so much. Okay, next I'm gonna ask Deb to share. We'll spotlight her.
Hi, y'all. Wow, this is my first SFR. My first SFR was in Disneyland, or Orlando, I should say. I spent a lot of my time at Disneyland, but it gave me the knowledge on how to help build a business, the Scentsy way, because I've been in MLMs before, and they were totally different.
That's what they all say.
So, I learned that. But that one was also everybody from around the world. So that to me was really impactful, because it's not just something here in the States.
Not everywhere. And also, I have been watching a lot of the reactions about what's going down in Scentsy, and I heard somebody bring this up, and I don't think I realized how big of an impact Canada not being able to afford Scentsy's prices is. Like, their prices for the warmers are astronomical. The urn is over $100.
Absolute insanity.
She's claiming that Scentsy's changing lives all over the world. Maybe that's something you could have claimed in the past and gotten away with. But now that everything is happening with the price increases for tariffs, the PR packages coming out, all of these things, it doesn't seem like that's actually the truth. That's just the narrative that these consultants want you to believe, in my opinion. But when you take a closer look and really start dissecting things, it's not helping hardly anybody but Heidi and Orville and their family, allegedly, and in my opinion, and maybe the corporate team of employees that get a guaranteed paycheck. It's a fragrance company. Relax. I feel like I need a t-shirt now that says it's a fragrance company, and on the back it says relax. Nobody would understand it. Nobody.
This is something that people everywhere are doing and making money and helping others. And the team that I have, I cherish the relationships I've made with them. So I would say that's my favorites.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. And finally, we are going to have Jen share.
Sorry guys, getting better light. Hey yo, mine was 100% having the girls there that are on my team. I mean, I'm kind of one of those weird people who I'm not a big joiner, and going and like having all this like training and stuff. Like I just, that's not what gets me. What is really for me is watching these girls who I'm just like, they're just like, oh my gosh, these people they really do care. They actually, all these wonderful women are just so inspiring, and they are just saying hi and letting you take pictures even if they don't know you and all that. And that for me was what did it. If I could like somehow magically just donate when I win trips and like bring my girls instead to things like that, that's what I would do, because I think that that's how we would be out there even more, and being able to bring our girls with us who maybe couldn't afford it. And it shows them what they're capable of, because all these other women are doing huge things in front of them, and men.
Awesome. Okay, so as you can see, there are so many reasons why people choose to go to SFR. It's not always for the same things. And it's dependent on what season of life you're in as well. Sometimes I go for the training and the fire lit under my butt so I can get moving. Sometimes it's to connect with the community and lean into that support. And whatever the case is, it is just such an incredible experience that I hope you all will be joining us for this summer. And in the comments, will you let us know if you are planning to attend in Boise?
I cannot wait to see the outcome of Scentsy Family Reunion at home office in Boise, Idaho. I cannot wait.
And as a side note, if I correct you on how to say Boise, just know that that's it's not you, it's me. I'm from Boise, and so it's an S, not a Z. And so my friends are probably really sick of me correcting them at this point. I see Maggie. She's like, yeah, I'm done with that.
Oh, I hope I said it right. Boise. I know somebody else in my comments mentioned it's Boise and not Boise. Boise. I feel like I'm saying Joycey. Boise. I came from a very small town in Connecticut and I don't live there anymore, so I feel comfortable saying it. And it's Wolcott. How would you say that? I'll let you say it, okay? I'm giving you a second.
Wrong.
It's Wolcott. It's Wolcott. Woolkit. Wolkit. It's not Walcott. It's not Wolcott. It's not Wildcott. It's none of those. Wolcott. So I feel the pain for the people who were correcting me in the comments. It is Boise, and I'm sorry.
Okay, so friends, tonight I am really excited to talk to you about kind of getting back to basics. As these calls move forward, last time it was kind of an intro of all of the leaders who are collaborating to bring this training session to you. And moving forward, we're just going to cap it at an hour, and we're going to have several of us speak, but it won't be all of us every single time. So you're going to get to hear from all of us at some point. So tonight you'll hear from me, from Katie, and from Maggie. And I will be talking about getting back to basics and how to utilize parties in your business.
Side note.
Her nails are sick. I wish I could see them clearer. They look really pretty.
And I used to talk about this all the time with my team, and I just, somewhere along the way, I lost it. But going back to basics, I realized, oh my gosh, this is such a foundational way to think about your business. If you're thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm going to get my PRV this month. I don't know how I'm going to move forward and meet new people. Having this as a base foundation is such an awesome way to just think, okay, this is how I'm getting my PRV. This is how I can learn at least $150 every single month and be able to continue to move and grow my business. And also income disclosure statement covering all of this always, right? So the first thing I want to talk about is the 3 open party plan. This is something that is a great way to think, okay, I need to have 3 parties this month to earn $150 paid check for next month, or however you want to cash that out if you're going to do the instant pay, knowing that at least $150 is going to be coming into your pocket every month, utilizing the 3 open party plan. So the first party that you should have every month is a host that is not yourself. So you are going to be finding somebody who wants to earn some free and half-priced Scentsy and run a party for them, whether that's online, via text message, in person, however that looks for you to run a party.
That sounds so easy when she says it like that. However, in the climate that we're in right now, not many people are wanting to take on throwing a Scentsy party or any kind of MLM party. It's not something people want to do these days.
It should be somebody else as the host. I'm so sorry. My Do Not Disturb is not on, and I don't know if you guys can hear that noise, but it's in my ears, and I'm sorry. Okay. Having another host will also broaden your network and help you meet new people. And ideally, they will help you with next month's first party in your 3-party plan. Okay, so first party is find a host. Second party is a product-focused party. So that, say we have, okay, so like the collection that launched today, the Ralph Lauren type inspired collection.
The Ralph Lauren. So if you missed it, Scentsy launched their new stuff, and one of the things that they launched is inspired by Ralph Lauren, but it's a blue and white. I guess like urns are in now.
The Eternity urn here is our preferred choice. It's gold plate and it's guaranteed to last for 500 years.
I don't like them, but it's a blue and white urn looking warmer that they are all freaking out about. They think it's amazing. It looks like you would put grandma's ashes in there and put it on the mantle.
That's an urn for someone's ashes.
People are going to come over and wonder why your grandma's urn is glowing.
Oh my God, that's terrifying.
Should we call the Ghostbusters?
Who you gonna call?
That I think several of us, it is not our vibe. We felt like it looks like an extra family member on your entry table kind of vibe, right? It looks like an urn to a lot of us, but
oh, okay. So they know. At least they know. It's a lot like the what's that scent that I bring up all the time? The one that they had when I was in. It was called Blessings, and it smelled like an old pan of turkey dinner that you're washing. It's gross. It was gross. Anyway, I guess that just goes in the same category.
We know it is so popular for so many people, and they love that vibe, the blue and white. I don't even remember what the style is called, but it's just that classic. Jessica said she's going to put her family photo next to it. That classic, timeless, elegant style is for so many people. And indigo ginger jar. Okay, thank you so much. I couldn't even remember what it was called.
Grandma Ginger's in the jar. Just lock me up and throw away the key.
Don't tempt me.
I love that it is so loved by so many people and that we are offering these things. So that can be your second open party. It's not sold out yet as far as I know. And so focus on that. Focus on getting a 250 PRV party out of that one product. That's your product focus. Also, don't forget that you can upsell. Like, what are they going to warm in that jar? They're probably going to want some wax too. And with it being our nearly 10% off or 10% off nearly everything sale this month, it's the perfect time to hook them up with a 6-pack of wax, right?
It used to be 10% off of everything. So if that's any inkling of the direction that Scentsy is headed, now it's 10% off of some things. It used to be every year in their transition month for catalogs. So it would be February and I think October, September, one of those. Everything would be 10% off. Now it's just select things, and they only have one catalog a year. No more catalog changes. The signs are all there, guys. I don't know how else to tell you this, but it's not looking good.
They need something to go with it. So that should be your party focus for party number 2. Party number 3 is your personal follow-up orders. Do you want fries with that? Yes. You got to have wax with your warmers. Is for your follow-ups. So when you are being the best fragrance consultant specialist that you can be, you are following up with your customers. They need a refill. Especially with it being sale month, they need a refill ASAP. Are their favorites discontinuing? We're going to talk about club later, but that can go in with follow-up. Maybe they just want a one-time order. Cool, great. You will take that order gladly and add it to your follow-up party. Once it gets to 250 PRV, or if you're not done working yet, you can always add more. You don't have to close it once it gets to 250, right? Build your own rewards, stack your own rewards, and get your own amazing goodies at free and half price, right? Oh, it was trying to tell me I was giving my hands up. Have you guys noticed like the emojis when you do things now? Zoom is like trying to engage with you. No, thank you. I am fine on my own. So that's the 3 open party plan. You are the host. For your follow-ups, a product specific spotlight, and somebody else as the host to grow your network. Those 3 parties, when you close them, will be 750 PRV. And I did math because math in public on the spot is not for me. If you are an essential consultant, 750 PRV gets you $150 in commissions. If you are a certified consultant getting paid at that title, 750 PRV gets you $187.50 in commissions.
Here we go with the hypotheticals.
I do not entertain hypotheticals.
Here's what you can earn if you sell this much.
But selling $700 of Scentsy is not as easy as it sounds. It's just not.
That doesn't even go toward the fact that if you have a team, you will be getting bonuses for your leadership position.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Don't forget those bonuses.
Right? So if you follow this 3 open party plan, you can guarantee that you will be getting at least $150 in commissions. And yes, sometimes parties are flops. So what do you do when a party is a flop?
Probably cry.
Book another one.
Oh, whoops.
Ask somebody else to host a party. Yeah? It sounds simple because it is.
So the parties for me seem like you're just making other people do your job for you because you're not having to find the people to sell to. You're just having parties. You're telling that person, hey, I have stuff to sell. Gather your friends. Go find them and help me pitch my products to them. Because most of them are not in-home parties anymore. They're usually online catalog parties, whatever it is. And it's just the person hosting the party that's approaching the people who are buying and not the consultants in a lot of cases.
How many of you inadvertently overcomplicate things in your life when it comes to your business? You try to reinvent the wheel every single time you do something. And then you have this analysis paralysis where you cannot move forward because you're busy overthinking everything and it's just dragging you back. I am so guilty of this. I even I have a funny story about my analysis paralysis. We went tubing up in Flagstaff. I live in Phoenix. We went tubing in Flagstaff over the weekend with our youth group. And I was telling my husband about, okay, should I wear this? Should I add more layers? And he said, Ariel, I can no longer help you overthink this. I'm going to need you to do it on your own. Like, cool, cool, cool. That's where we're at. Okay. So I did solve my problem myself, and I am so proud. High five. But don't let that be something that stops you in your business, is that analysis paralysis. Keep it Scentsy simple. Kiss, right? Keep it Scentsy simple.
Keep it simple, stupid. Why do we have to be so fucking la-di-da in Scentsy? Keep it simple, stupid. That's the actual kiss. Thank you.
And do the basics. Do what you have been taught to do. And don't try and like add some spice and complicate it, okay? Maybe if you're in a season where like spice is okay and it's going to help you move forward, sure, do that. But if we are getting back to basics, remembering those foundations, don't add spice. Cool? Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to pass the baton to Katie. If you guys have any plans to follow this, let us know. Any questions in the comments? I know Amber, I saw her commenting as well. Ask us. We are here to help. And with that, I bid you adieu.
Hey, y'all. I can't look at myself. I have to look at people, so I had to move my screen. I have to do this on my phone, not my computer. I got to do Zoom for my phone. So, how many of you guys watched World Tour? I hope every single one of you got watched World Tour. It is, in my opinion, my most favorite World Tour today.
It was the absolute worst.
It was horrific, ma'am. Don't lie. It was horrific. It was awful. I have been to 2 world tours, one when it was still spring sprint, and they were so much better than whatever the fuck that was. And that's speaking as somebody who speaks out on MLMs now.
And I don't do virtual. I clean my house. I do all the things. I don't pay attention when things are virtual, but this was hands down the best world tour that I think that we've ever had. But we saw all these exciting things, right? And we just want to share all the things because so much is coming, but we're not going to do that, okay? We're not going to do that. Not yet. It's too early. It's the 9th. It is February 9th. Rule of thumb, work in the month that you're in. Prepare for the month ahead. Always in your business. So many people think they're doing their business a grand service by sharing all the things that they see because they get so excited, okay? But your customers get very overwhelmed very easily. So when you start sharing things super, super early, guess what? They're going to be saving their dollars for all of that stuff. They're not going to be focused on the 10% sale or the classic collection or the Disney Love Story collection. They're not going to be worried about that because you done showed them something real shiny and they can't get that shiny thing right now. Okay. So there's a way to share things. I'm going to share that in just a minute. There's a way to share things strategically in your business.
Unfortunately, this world tour was shared with everybody. So everybody knows what's coming this year with Scentsy.
But rule of thumb, you're always going to want to focus on the month that you're in while preparing for the month ahead. You always want to be prepared for transition month, okay? We have a new catalog coming March 1st. There is a way to do that strategically where you don't kill your business in the month you're in. So rule of thumb for February, what you need to be focused on right now is sharing the discontinued list. If you don't know where the discontinued list is, you can go to the last chance section of your workstation. It shows everything right there. Focusing on the 10% off sale and getting people on club. You need to be sharing the fart out of Scentsy Club this month. The transition months are the best month to add clubbers. Scentsy Club is recurrent revenue for you month after month, meaning revenue you don't have to think about, money, PRV that you do nothing with. But you have to share it or your customers don't know. So rule of thumb, those are the things that you need to be focused on. 10% off, discontinued sale. And you don't need to do it just one time. You need to do it over and over and over again.
Actually, that's probably a bad idea. Nobody wants to see your Scentsy posts about what's leaving Scentsy over and over and over again. We don't give up. They can find it. If they really want to find out what is being discontinued from Scentsy, they can find it. It's on their website. You don't need to share it over and over again on social media. People have been exhausted from that.
Seriously, you all need to be stopped.
If you are a Scentsy consultant and you have noticed that your subscriber count goes down or your follower count goes down or you don't get as much engagement on your Scentsy posts, there's a reason.
With my customers, this is how I work my business. Now, again, I'm not saying there's a right or wrong way to work your business. I am sharing things that I personally do in my business with you guys. Do it, don't do it. I am almost at 5,000 PRV and it's the 9th of February. Rule of thumb, I email my customers every single release, every time. It doesn't matter what it is. I email my customers every single release. Every release. And you know what I do? I don't write that email every time, okay? I cheat a lot. I have a Google Doc that has everything in there. My team recognition, my customer email, and my tip email that I send to my team every week. And I just edit that guy. I just add whatever's coming to the very top.
How personal. She just changes the headline and the name and calls it good. She probably doesn't even remember what's in that document she sent. Post, comment, happy mail. She don't know.
So people that skip the email, they'll see it at the beginning, but I always give a subject grabber. Like brand new, coming today, Scentsy dash, coming today at 1 p.m. You want something that just grabs them in the subject because they're just going to delete that guy. I delete emails. I have a notification problem. I don't like notifications. It gives me anxiety. So I just delete things real quick. So you want to grab their attention. But rule of thumb, I know people love social media. I know that. And I'm not a social media hater. Social media does work. But not everybody is on their phone all the time. Case in point, Saturday and Sunday, I'm not on my phone. I'm not looking at Facebook. I'm not looking at stories. I don't care what anybody else is doing Saturday and Sunday are my days. So if somebody's posting a product that I would absolutely love and they're solely relying on posting on Facebook thinking I'm going to see it, I'm not, because I'm not looking at Facebook on Saturday and Sundays. So you need to be looking at all methods of communications with your customers.
Ew, how exhausting for something that you're not even guaranteed to get paid from.
You're gonna burn yourself out, darling.
Text, VIP pages. Don't at everyone on every post or at highlight. You're just going to piss people off. I said, it's annoying. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes that. You need to be intentional. You need to email your customers with every release, even if it's not your vibe. Listen, that urn was not my vibe. It is not cute to me. It is not.
Does anybody open promotional emails anymore?
Delete.
I have emails in my inbox from Scentsy because of the research I did last week, and I haven't even deleted them yet because I'm so uninterested. Are there people who actually open every single promotional email? They all have catchy subject lines. I just don't feel like it's super effective anymore. Email lists are helpful, sure, for businesses that are actually legitimate businesses. For an MLM consultant, emailing your email list that often with a punchy subject line, it just seems like a waste of time for me. But I guess maybe that's why I didn't make it as a Scentsy consultant, because I didn't email my email list enough.
But 18 of my customers had to have that warmer, and it's my highest warmer to date, pre-order date. And I was so confused by it because I'm like, is nobody seeing what I'm seeing? Like, this warmer is ugly. But that's not my business. It's not my business. You have to share every release every time, whether it's your jam or not. It does not matter. You are your own marketing team. Nobody is going to do it for you. No, if you're not going to share it, somebody else will, and they're going to buy it from that person. If I want to have shared it, they were going to buy it from Stacey Edwards or Ray Anderson because we live very close to each other. If I don't share it, somebody else will. So you need to be very consistent with how you are communicating to your customers. So,
are we speaking to the oversaturation of Scentsy consultants? Did you just admit that there's an oversaturation of Scentsy consultants?
10% off sale, discontinued list. You need to be emailing your customers weekly. Weekly, not just once, weekly. And telling PSA, y'all get funny with it. Like, y'all gonna be real salty when when very snowy spruce leaves, and that's not my problem if it leaves. Like, you have to keep reminding your customers. So get in a good rhythm of how you communicate with your customers and do it frequently and do it regularly. So focusing on the month, and that's every month, not just transition month. You should be focusing on why in the fart are we sharing Care Bears right now? No, we're not doing that. Care Bears don't come out till April. We still got to give the Valentines and the Easter bunnies got to come. No, we're not doing all that.
Did you guys know that? I'm sharing now. Scentsy is releasing Care Bears in April. I fucking love the Care Bears. Can we stop giving our licensing agreements to MLMs?
Okay, you're doing too much.
See, even she agrees.
Just because you know it, you don't need to share it. So rule of thumb, you focus on the release ahead. One release at a time. The Easter bunny's got to come, y'all. Okay, Cupid got to come. Some of y'all just be jumping to all the things, and your customers are so overwhelmed because they don't know, but they're focused on that one thing that they want, and it don't come out till July. So guess what? They're not gonna order from you till July because you done shared it, okay? Because it was shiny, and you wanted to be the first to share it.
That sounds pretty close to what they did with the Smart Diffuser.
We are actively manufacturing and building inventory for our spring 2026 launch, but we were able to secure enough units for an early access release, and we chose you, our Scentsy Club subscribers, to get them first. We just didn't want to wait.
But please go on.
No, we're not doing that, okay? You focus on the release ahead. One release ahead, okay? You're going to focus on one release. So we're going to get in the rhythm of doing that, okay? We're not going to go to new catalog yet. We're going to get to that in a minute. So you focus on the month that you're in while preparing ahead. So how do you prepare ahead? You need to buy your catalogs and your testers. We're not waiting until March 1st to order them. We're not going to do that. We're going to order them now. We're going to order our testers now, and we're going to order our catalogs now. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do it right now. And I'm going to tell you why. Yes, I'm focused on this month. My PRV is good this month. But the last week of February, I'm going to start front loading like crazy for March. Front loading like crazy. And the only way to front load, your customers have to see it and they have to smell it. You got brand new stuff, but you ain't got to share. And look, I know some of my teamies be coming in the middle of March. Anybody got a set of testers I can borrow? I haven't ordered mine yet. No, I know, because mine are out. So no, sorry, but I'm not sorry.
Well, okay then.
That was so community-like of you. What a friendly family member to have in the Scentsy family.
You need to go ahead and order your business supplies. Why? The last week of transition season, I've done this for, it's been 9 years. I do an open house in my house. Now, the first 3 years, only my mama came and she didn't even buy anything, okay? The first few open houses I had 1 or 2 guests. They sucked. But the more that you do something, the better it gets. You have to get used to doing it. Now my customers ask me, they're already asking me, they're already stressing me out. When are we having an open house? I got to get to my kid's birthday first. Let's do that first. They're already stressing me out because they're excited because I do things at my open house. It's a way to build relationships with your customers. It's a way people buy from the relationship.
You're building relationships with your customers, or did you build customers out of your existing relationship? Because that's what this is sounding like right now. That's what a lot of Scentsy consultants sound like. They're customers built on relationships, were relationships that they built customers out of, in my opinion, allegedly.
Yes, social media is great. But I have customers, it doesn't matter who posts what. They have a relationship with me. They may see Care Bears from you, but they have a relationship with me, and they're going to be messaging me about them Care Bears. Because I have a relationship with them. I've talked to them. I've built a relationship with them. You want to do an open house. I don't care if you ain't even got a house. If you got a small house, they don't care. They want to know you. They want to get to know you. I have done an open house every 6 months for the last 9 years.
Those are dreadful. I've done multiple and hardly anything ever came from them. And you don't have to have an open house. That is dreadful. Only like a handful of people, I feel like, would want to have a regular open house where they're selling shit to their friends and family. No, I want my friends and family to come over. Let's have a good time. Let's eat some gummies. Let's drink some coffee. Let's play a game. I don't want to smell your scents and buy your shit. No thanks.
You're going to be scared. You're going to be scared. But listen, they get to know you. And there's strategic ways to do things. I get rid of all my warmers at my open house, but I don't give them away. I say you can get a warmer if you spend $50 from the new catalog.
What a deal.
Why? Because if 10 customers come and they spend $50, that's a $500 party for me to close on March 1st. Say there's ways to do things strategically. Also, when you get those testers and those catalogs, you can start booking parties with your best customers. Customers love that. You got some mushroom lovers, you got warmers that you love in the new catalog. The last week of February, start sneaking them to your VIP customers and say to them, do you want to be the first person to access this catalog, the first person to sniff these new scents? I can bring a bag to you today. The people love exclusive, y'all. They love to hear you can't buy it right now, but do you want you and your people to sniff? They love exclusive. So I try and get 6 bag parties out the last week of the month for February to close in March, because those people can't buy that product yet. They can't buy it from any other consultant, but they can sniff it and they can see it. So doing that the last week of February, the first week of March, I have 6 parties to close and my open house. So you're working in this month, but you're thinking ahead on what can I do? And Ariel said it best, I aim for 1 party a week. 1 party a week. And if you pick one day to focus on that, no, we ain't sharing no new catalog yet, Abby. No, Abby Johnson. We're not sharing no new catalog right now. But we're ordering them right now. We're going to order our testers and our catalogs. And then we're going to wait until the last week of February. And we are going to start sneaking to our best customers. Not on Facebook for everybody all willy-nilly. We're going to be intentional. And we're going to say, look at these 4 warmers coming out. Oh my God, I got to have them. Do you want to be one of the first people to sniff them? I can drop it off and you can share it with your coworkers and your friends and your family. They are pumped.
Are they pumped? Are they pumped? Really? Are they?
Because their people at work and their family and friends haven't sniffed them since. They ain't seen that catalog. So it's exclusive to them. That's what we want to do. So I saw Lauren's comment, how do we market the new edits? We ain't gonna do nothing until we have more information on when it releases. Rule of thumb, if you don't have a price and if you don't have a release date, we ain't sharing it. We ain't sharing it. If you don't have pricing, because how foolish you look. I've seen consultants do it. They'll post something right after SFR and people me in the comments, oh my God, how much is it? I don't know. Well, when's it coming out? I don't know that either. No, we don't do that. It makes us look incompetent. It makes us look incompetent.
It sure does.
You want to share with intention. You want to work with intention. 9 times out of 10, consultants are overwhelmed in their business because they're doing things that make no sense, or they're doing things that don't line up with the week or the month. They're thinking ahead. That's why they're overwhelmed. Oh my God, so much information, because you worried about something in April and it's not April yet. Just because you have the information doesn't mean you have to share the information. You work in the week ahead. So I'm not stressing. Thursday comes and I'm going to find out what comes out on Monday. And that's when I'm going to share it, when I have pricing and a release date. Otherwise, you focus on the month that you're in. That's how you don't get overwhelmed, when you're focused on what matters. So what matters this week, February 9th, what matters? Sharing the 10% off sale, sharing the discontinued list, and getting your customers that love those fragrances on Scentsy Club. That's all you need to do this week, and order your supplies for March. That's what you need to do, okay? Then at the end of February, we'll start thinking about March. Okay? I love y'all. There you go.
Hello, everybody. Can you guys hear me? I think I'm unmuted. Okay. For those of y'all that are new this week, my name is Maggie Hensley, and I'm going to talk to you guys a little about social selling and how you can use that. I need to see more faces, and how you can use that leading up to the new catalog and to grow your Scentsy Club. I love social selling. I have been in the social selling space since social selling was a thing, like years and years and years ago.
Social selling is another umbrella term that MLM falls under, just like direct selling. Social selling is socially selling to other people socially. It doesn't always mean it's a multi-level marketing company, but in this case, they are using social selling to glorify the fact that Scentsy is, in fact, by definition, a multi-level marketing company, as it stands today on February 24th, 2026, at least.
I've always loved to share recipes and things that I'm buying, things that I'm wearing. And Scentsy's no different. Now, if you think about you are not Scentsy, and Scentsy is not you. There are so many different facets of you that you should be sharing with the world. So, yes, I'm a fragrance consultant. I always just say I'm a fragrance expert. That is like my wheelhouse. I also love to feed my family. I love to cook. I am an equestrian. I am a mom of 8. I love hair and makeup and all girly things. And so there's a lot of different ways that I can share me and my life and use that to cast a wide net to bring people in and share Scentsy with them that way. I try in most of my videos to have something Scentsy in them. Now, that might just be a diffuser that is running next to me when I am cooking dinner that I am sharing. That might be a fragrance flower that is sitting on the bathroom countertop while I'm doing my makeup. That might be hanging a new scent circle in my car when I'm doing a day in the life kind of thing. Yes, I did say mom of 8. Yes, I have 8 children.
That's a lot of kids, first of all. Props to you. But also, I hate marketing. I hate it. I think marketing is deceptive in a lot of ways. And this is a great example of that. This is just marketing overall in general. I hate product placement. If you ever want me to ask you about a product and I can tell you intentionally put it in your video, I will make it a point to never ever in my entire lifetime ask you about that specific product because I'm already annoyed. And I don't know if there are more people out there like that, but I can't fucking stand it.
And so here's the thing. People are fascinated by certain things about every one of our lives. For me, it might be that I have 8 children or that I am able to have a horse and a business and whatever else. And so I get a lot of questions about like, wait. Okay, your kitchen is beautiful. What do you and your husband do? Well, that I got a lot of comments on that when I was at my mama's house because we lived with my parents for a while. But needless to say, that opens up a door to then be able to talk about Scentsy. Someone might see me cooking in my kitchen and leave a comment about my diffuser. That opens the door to be able to talk about Scentsy. People love unboxing videos. So I unbox my Scentsy all the time.
Yeah, I found a lot of her unboxing videos when I was trying to find PR boxes. She's just mixed in there with the people getting Scentsy for free.
And can just talk about it. Or sometimes I'll just do like a get ready with me and I'll be talking about Scentsy or about my life or about things that I have going on. And so social selling and reels are huge right now, reels and carousels. Social selling is about casting a wide net so that you can bring more people in. You are not going to do that with Scentsy. You're only going to attract people, other Scentsy people, by sharing solely Scentsy posts. You want to share the other facets of your life. You might attract a young mom that is looking for recipes, easy weeknight recipes. You might be able to attract somebody that is looking for a new mascara. I've been doing a mascara series trying to find mascara for my ridiculously short eyelashes. But people pay attention. They're like, oh, that one's good. Oh, this one's my favorite so far. People pay attention to that. And so I am attracting other people from something completely separate from Scentsy that are going to find my page that will then see Scentsy that way. And so we really want to be able to share the other facets of our life in order to bring people in to Scentsy. And there's tons of different ways to do that.
It's like a trap, you guys. Social media is like a trap. Don't comment on anybody's videos anymore unless you know that they're definitely not in an MLM, because apparently they're using mascara reviews to rope you into fragrance companies now. What are we doing? This is a whole new lash gate.
I do a lot of reels. I try to do a lot of day in the life. I film a lot at the barn. Like I said, unboxing videos. I do a Scentsy Club unboxing when my club order comes. And that is really how I get people on to club. And if you don't have a club subscription, make one up. Nobody says that you have to have a club subscription to talk about club or to unbox a club subscription. Make one up. Do you have some bars? Do you have pods?
Just lie. Just lie. Lie your ass off. That's what marketing is anyway. I'm kidding.
Do you have oils? Do you have cleaning products? Nobody knows if you have a legitimate Scentsy Club subscription. Put all those things in a box and pull them out and tell people about how you can get all of these things straight to your door every month. Club is just a customer VIP program. Don't say subscription. Yes, you can have a subscription through it, but it's just a customer VIP program. It's a coupon. It is a perpetual coupon. They get 10% off when they spend $30 or more. They get a half price item when they spend $60 or more. They can get their whiff box at half off. So whenever I get my club, I use my half price item for my whiff box. I do a whiff box every month anyway, but I do that or not live. I do it like through a reel. I unbox things. I can show people that. That's a way for me to talk about club too, to get people in there. It's just a customer reward program. It's like using your red card if you go to Target or your stars if you go to Starbucks. And here's the thing, when people have a club subscription, they earn points that turn into dollars. So then when we have new catalogs that come out and they want that new warmer, they can use the points that they've accrued through Scentsy Club to get their warmer at a discount. So if you have a customer that doesn't want to host and doesn't want to join but always wants a discount, they need to be part of club. So I have a reel that I put together a long time ago where I'm talking about club and I'm unboxing my club. And then I have a snippet in the middle of it where I'm unboxing a whiff box. And I literally just cut out that part in the middle and I change it up all the time whenever we have new whiff boxes. And so then I'll just repost the same reel with a different caption, or maybe I'll put captions on it, or
you can't even go in and make a new beginning and end. Lazy marketing.
Change it up a little bit. And then I will just put the new whiff box piece in the middle of it because the message is good. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Or if talking on camera is nerve-wracking to you, B-roll is huge. Just set up your camera and film yourself changing your wax. People love to see things that are cathartic, that are sound mundane to us, but people love to watch other people change wax, to clean things, doing laundry. And what are all of those things? Those are all things that we offer as Scentsy consultants.
Dollar signs. It's all about dollar signs with these people. It's never about impact. It's never about information. It's never about anything but money. What the fuck are we doing? She's using the same reel over and over again and saying that's what works. This is going back to my influencer rant from a video or two ago, where influencers are being confused as content creators and content creators are being confused as influencers. Being an influencer doesn't mean you're a content creator. It just means that people are paying you to show their product. And that's it. What are we doing as a human race? Like, what the fuck are we doing?
How many different ways can you add Scentsy into all of those different things? Mopping your floor using the all-purpose cleaner. Changing out a scent circle in your car because maybe your son left his soccer bag in the back and it smells like feet. Relatable, right? So there's all kinds of different ways that you can add Scentsy in to, I guess I have to start cleaning, Scentsy into the different places of your life that you're sharing, whether it's in a picture or a reel or it's B-roll.
It's funny how she says add Scentsy in. I know she's saying add Scentsy in, like ADD added in, but it really is giving add Scentsy in, like AD. Everything is an ad for Scentsy on your social media. Add it in.
You can add things in there. And so I really like to use, I really try to keep it as simple as possible when it comes to sharing about Scentsy, because it's not, you don't want to make it complicated. You want to make it very, very simple. Like, do you need an extra $50 this month? Or, I'm looking for, women that are trying to figure out a way to stay home with their kids. Or my Scentsy anniversary is at the end of this week. And we talked about this on the last video. Last month, I joined so that I could use my debit card to buy McDonald's fries. And so guess what I'm going to be doing on the 13th? I'm going to be filming a reel sitting in my car eating McDonald's fries, and I'm going to talk about my Scentsy story.
You guys, from now on, every time I get paid from YouTube, I'm going to go do something with my paycheck, food related, and sit there and eat it while I tell you about how my YouTube channel afforded me that thing that I'm eating in my car. Will that be good for you? Will you enjoy that? Is that good content? What the fuck are we doing? Life just feels so Black Mirror lately. Dystopian is the word I'm looking for. That's what it is.
So that is what you want to use to attract other people to your lifestyle. That is called lifestyle recruiting. That is called lifestyle attractive marketing, is showing people what you have and what you're doing and making them feel like, oh, I could totally do that too.
Just because you can do something too doesn't mean you should do it. Doesn't mean you're good at doing it. Doesn't mean you're going to be successful at doing it. Just because you could do something doesn't mean you should absolutely do something. And it also doesn't mean that it's a good thing to do. It's a great thing to do, and it's going to bring you any success.
The videos and, you know, posts that I find that I get the most traction on, I'm not even really trying to sell somebody on the opportunity. I'm just talking about my life. It's taking my kids for ice cream dinner. And people are like, dang, you must be rich. No, I'm literally not.
Taking kids for ice cream usually doesn't harbor comments like,
wow, you're rich.
There are ways to do that affordably. It does not mean you're rich. Privileged? Yeah, maybe. Depends on the situation. Rich? That's a stretch.
But I do work from home, and I am able to stay home with my kids, and I have created a life that allows me to be home with them and do these things and have these moments, intentional moments throughout the day.
Oh my God, the mom guilt. I hate when they bring this in because this is one of the big reasons I joined an MLM, and it left me working more than I had ever worked in my entire life, which meant less time with my kids. If you're working a job that requires you to be away from your kids, it does not make you a bad person. It does not make you a bad mom. It does not make other moms that stay at home better than you. It's none of those things. It means that you are doing what you have to do for your children, for your kids, for your household. And it doesn't mean that you now have to go and try to make Scentsy work for you so that you can be a better mom that stays home. Staying home with your kids doesn't automatically make you a better mom. Doing what you have to do for your kids and putting them first makes you a better mom. Don't let these MLM bullshitters cloud your judgment as a mother. I wish that it was against compliance to use this as an example, especially because even though you're staying home with your kids, if you find success in an MLM enough to afford you the opportunity to stay at home with your kids, most of the time you're working on Scentsy, allegedly, and in my opinion, of course,
because of Scentsy. And so if you can show people the answer to the questions that they have, like I've always said, if someone's reason, I don't want to say excuse.
But also, man, what does your husband do? I'm pretty sure her husband has a well-paying job.
If someone's reason for not joining is that they don't have enough time or they don't know enough people, well, how can you show them without showing them that they do? They do have enough time, that they do know enough people. Because people love the products. How many people, what do they say? How many people use candles in their homes? 70% of homes use candles. Okay. There's a huge market for our products. And so you just have to show people through attraction marketing, through social selling, that you can insert Scentsy into multiple different areas of their life without really trying. And so,
yeah, but ease of access, honey. Ease of access. The ease of access for Scentsy isn't there like it is for almost all of the other products we could purchase.
So if they love the products and maybe they want a little bit of a change, or maybe they want the community, or maybe they want to be able to buy their McDonald's fries with a debit card instead of some couch change that they find.
You can get free fries on Friday if you have the McDonald's app. You're welcome.
Scentsy can be the answer for that. But I am telling you that you have to share other things besides just Scentsy. If you go to your Instagram or your TikTok or your Facebook and you scroll, and in your first grid, like let's just talk about the Instagram grid. If you look at your first 9 squares on your grid and more than one of them is about Scentsy, too much. Like specifically about Scentsy, that's too much. You want to share your life more than you want to share about the products. Because when I said that we want to cast a wide net to bring more people in, the places that we're going to share our products is in our stories and on our VIP page. Our main profiles should be about our life. And yes, Scentsy is part of our life. And so there will be things that we should post there. I posted today about the blue and white warmer.
I love that they're calling it the blue and white warmer, and I'm just like, the urn.
But I also shared about things that are going on in my life, an outfit that I really liked, all kinds of other things. And so you'll see one square on my Instagram about Scentsy. The rest is about my horse or my kids or baseball season that's coming up or a mascara that I just tried or a recipe or whatever. So you want to share more about your life on your public page than you do about Scentsy to bring people in, get them to ask the questions. Your warm market, your warmest market is going to be in your stories. If you look at your stories, you can see how many people are watching. This morning I looked and I had 320 something people that saw one story. What if I had 320 people in a room? What if I had 320 people in a room?
Yeah, what if? More hypothetical things. Also, the thing about stories, this is so funny because I keep wanting to bring this up in a video and I keep forgetting. So the thing about stories, not everybody's watching them. Me, for example, like I'll be in the middle of looking at somebody's story. This literally happened to me the other day. Middle of looking at somebody's story. My son needs something. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought I locked my phone and I didn't. And it was going through stories for almost 45 minutes on Instagram. Yeah. I don't know whose stories I watched. I don't know why it just didn't stop. But I put my phone down and then the next time I came back, it was like an hour later and it's still going through stories. So just because you have a view on your story doesn't always mean that somebody's watching it. Or something else that also happens, like you'll just be like clicking through and it'll show up as a view. Like, relax. I just wanted to bring that up because it's funny. So many times you'll hear MLM consultants across the board say how their story views are this and their story views are that, and you have to share in stories because more people watch stories. How many people are actually watching stories? Is it just me that accidentally leaves them scrolling for hours at a time, sometimes by accident? Or do you do that too? Am I alone in this?
And I could share with them. That's a lot of people. The people that are watching your stories are the people that are most likely to buy from you. They are who is actually watching you.
That's not true anymore. So that used to be true back in the day, right? Even story aside. Story aside. Instagram just shows you who's next. And like you can click through or swipe through, and the people who click through, some of them are counting as views. Stories are not the best metric to use when you're trying to explain how Scentsy can be successful on social media.
The number of people that see your posts is much smaller. The people that are paying attention is much smaller. People that are paying attention to your stories are your warm market. And so that is where you want to post more of the, salesy products, posts that you're spraying down your counter with counter clean as you're doing things.
Nobody's going to watch.
Share whatever you're warming right now. Your wall is for your life and casting the wide net. The stories is where you hook them. And then they can go into your VIP page where they're going to see more of what you have to offer. Then they can get on your email list and they can get those weekly emails. But the social selling aspect of it is just to bring more people in. And that's then when we will share Scentsy with them. The only people that you're really going to bring in if you are constantly just posting Scentsy is other Scentsy consultants. And that's not who we're trying to sell to. That's not who we're trying to sell to. And so, yes, you can use like the Scentsy hashtag or you can tag Scentsy because they do share some of our stuff on their social medias. But at the same time, you want to share something more like fragrance lover, candle lover, fall candle, pumpkin spice, whatever, to bring people in that are looking for that fragrance, people that are looking for that fragrance experience, that are trying to decorate their home, that want a better cleaning solution, or really that are just trying to watch you do things.
And it's like she's trying to explain how to be an influencer while Scentsy is actively utilizing influencers to reach the audiences she's trying to explain these other people should be reaching. It's a very interesting dynamic right now, isn't it?
And so I just want to encourage you that if you are struggling to find new customers, to find new people, it's because you're not casting a wide enough net. And you're not sharing enough of you with the world because you are not Scentsy. Scentsy is a part of me. It always will be forever and ever. I love fragrance.
Sometimes you are not interesting to reach the world. And unfortunately, that's just the sad truth. Not everybody is cut out to create content that reaches people. It's just the truth. Some people are like watching paint dry.
That's harsh.
Oh my gosh, I love fragrance. I love perfume. I love candles. I've been my whole life, I've loved fragrance. That's just always been a part of me. But there's so much more to me. And people aren't just following me because of Scentsy. And so, Katie just talked about her weekly email. I have one too that I send to my customers, and I call it the weekly wax mama. And I've gotten really bad about sending it weekly. And Katie lit a fire into my butt again tonight to go back to sending it weekly. I'm really bad about like getting into a really good groove, and then the holidays hit and everything just goes to shit. And I lose my groove, and I need to get back there. And I've been struggling. So, but I'm going to send out my weekly wax mama this week on Friday. I usually send it out on Fridays, but
that was such a professional bit.
On that weekly wax mama, here's what I put, and I will send it out to all of these leaders, and they can post it on their page so you guys can see it. That's going to hold me accountable. Okay. So here's what I put. I have like a little header, and I make this in boards, and then I can just literally copy and paste the whole thing and put it in like the workstation email. Okay. So I have the weekly wax mama, and then I have what I'm warming, and that's literally just what my house smells like. So I'm going to put the oil that I have in my diffuser, the candle that I have lit, the pods that are new in my diffuser or in my car, what wax I'm using. So what does my house smell like right now? That's
ass. It smells like ass. I'm kidding. It probably doesn't smell like ass. She looks like a clean human being. Probably smells good.
That's the first section. The second one is what's new, what's coming. So the launch for the next week. Then I have what I'm wearing, or like what's in my cart. Maybe it's a fun thing that I found on Amazon, because I do have affiliate links, and there are different ways that people can shop with me. And, I have multiple streams of income. And so
multiple streams of income is a stretch for an affiliate link. You make pennies on the dollar.
I'll put like something fun that I found on TikTok, or a fun Amazon find, or if I'm really loving, I don't know, like a comfort sweatshirt or something like that, whatever I have. So what's in my cart. And then I have what's going on with my family. So maybe that's something fun that I did with my horse this week. Maybe it's that, my son went to homecoming and a cute picture of him. And then at the bottom, I put what I cooked this week. And I put a recipe every week of something that I've cooked or something that I want to cook. And so only a couple of those things have to do with Scentsy. Now, obviously, those people are on my email list because they're my customers. But that I also put something about my family. I put what I'm cooking, what I'm buying, other things in there, because I am not just Scentsy. So I want to encourage you that you are not just Scentsy. And if you haven't made to feel like you can only share Scentsy, I want to free you from that, because I
want to see the metrics to that type of newsletter going out to customers. They never share their actual metrics. They just share just that, nothing.
Like that for a really long time. And we're beyond that. People want to support you in any way that they can. They want to see if you, got new glasses, or if you have a new sweatshirt that you really love, or maybe you just like found a new spice that you're loving in your kitchen, or I got some new dill pickle mayo that I'm loving that like is so freaking good. So I'm going to share that. You know what I mean? Maybe you ate at a new restaurant. I love to share where my husband and I go on date night. I love to film getting ready and what I wore and where we went to eat and what we ate there. Like, it's just fun for me.
I love watching that type of thing when I know for sure that they're not going to try and sell me something when I hit like or comment on said content.
It's a creative outlet that is beyond Scentsy, but brings people into Scentsy. That is the goal for social selling. It is not to be a distraction from Scentsy. It is to show people how Scentsy can complement their life and not be their entire life, because it's not. And it doesn't have to be. And so when we're only sharing Scentsy, we make people think that it has to be our whole life. And yes, I do all of that with 8 children. I don't know how. Also talked to last month about ADHD and how I wanted to finally get a diagnosis this year. You've all held me accountable. I've had several people message me. I have an appointment on Wednesday. You're welcome. Anyway, we'll wrap up that. Does anybody have questions for anybody? I've kind of been paying attention to the chat, but I feel like we have a few more minutes. So if anybody has questions.
Yeah, we've got a couple extra minutes. I love that. And also to your point too, just be intentional, be disciplined with what you're doing. So while Maggie is really good at the social selling aspect, I'm really good at the email aspect. And sometimes I forget to post on social media. And then I get, that analysis paralysis thing we talked about. I'm like, what should I even post about? I don't even know. And then I don't.
Did she add a filter to herself? No, surely not.
So like we all have areas of weakness. And I think it was areas of opportunity. Whitney said in the comments, nobody has a perfect business. So if you ever think that somebody's running a perfect business, I just want you to get that thought right out of your head because that is a lie. Remember the fixed mindset we talked about? Patrice, she's lying to you.
Mm-hmm.
What is perfect? Nothing. Jesus is the only perfect thing,
Yeah. And someone just mentioned a template. That's why I use that. I use that template and I just plug different things in because it was too much for me to keep up with all the time. And I just need something easy that I can be like, okay. And just because I put a recipe in there doesn't mean that I made it. It just maybe looked good. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying fake it necessarily, but just like, I don't know. Sometimes it just is what it is. And whatever floats your boat, whatever sounds good for you. If you don't like to use any of the diffusers or the pods or candles or any of that, and you're just a wax warmer girl, just keep it that you're sharing your wax. Like, just keep it to that. Like, you don't have to do things that other people are doing just because someone else told you to. So,
that brings up a good point too. Did you know there are some really successful consultants who don't even use our products? Yeah, it's true. Some top leaders do not even use the products. I know one gal, she has an allergy to like almost everything fragrance, but her business is about the opportunity and helping others find a way to earn extra income, have community, fit Scentsy into their life, how they can. And her product focus is the opportunity. Okay. So don't limit yourself to the physical products that you can use, change, and sell. The opportunity is an incredible product, probably the best product we actually offer, and probably the least talked about. Becca
that's
Levi
a
is
good point.
always one who speaks so eloquently on how the business is the best product. I think she did Shift a couple weeks ago. So if you guys have a chance, go watch the replay of that. And you don't
Can
have to
I
love all of our
interject
products.
something, even though I'm done pumping?
Yes.
I've been
Yes.
listening. I've been commenting. I love how Maggie said, even if you don't have a club, pretend you have a club. And it really sparked something because, guys, if you think that half of the stuff that you see on social media, especially TikTok, that these people, like, if you knew that these people, like, got stuff and then, like, returned it, like, just to do, like, product reviews and stuff, take the stuff that, like, what I like to do a lot is whenever a customer order comes in, I like to, like, take stuff from that customer order and pretend it's mine.
That's odd.
Take pictures with it, take marketing pictures with it, show it off, and just, yeah, Whitney, I know that she does that a lot with like unboxing stuff. Do it. You don't have to have all the products. You don't have to, like, I love that club idea. I've never ever thought of that. That's amazing. Pretend.
Yeah. I'm
Pretend,
gonna tell
talk
y'all
about the products.
Just fake it. Fake it till you make it.
It's
I'm
like,
gonna
that
tell y'all a
just sounds,
secret.
I love it. But like, you have the products, show it off, you open it up, use it. Okay, that's it. And then I'm done.
No, you're good. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. When you see some of my, if you're gonna go follow me right now, if you see some of my like Target shopping videos, I don't buy 90% of the stuff that I touch. I just pretend like I'm taking it off the shelf. It doesn't actually go in my cart.
It's a mic drop moment.
Wow. I'm sure nobody else does that creates content like that. You're the only one. What a secret. Tricks of the trade.
But it works just fine. Same with the club stuff. Like, doesn't have to be in a club subscription just because have it at your house. Because we got, how much stuff do you get in your starter kit? Do you still get like fragrance flower and a Scentsy clean or a counter clean and like all these things? Put it in a little box and pretend like you're unboxing a Scentsy club. All you have to do is tell people, show people what can come in the box. Show people what they could get to their door every 1, 2, or 3 months. And here's the thing. Then when you see that you have someone who loves it enough to get $100, $200 for the stuff come to their door every 1, 2, and 3 months. They should probably join your team and get paid on that.
Yeah, they should probably join the team. Bring them on. Joining Scentsy Club is a trap, essentially, is what she just said. If you have stayed on for month after month, they're going to start pestering you about joining until you cave and just say,
what the fuck ever, I'll join.
And I know we briefly talked about it too, but everything that's leaving at the end of the month, perfect opportunity to shuffle them into club and show them the club side. And I love how Maggie's always referred to it as the customer reward or customer VIP program with the perpetual coupon. Why would you not? Does anybody have any other questions? I'm pretty sure we were answering them as they went, but
having a lot of people in clubbers are the easiest people to have sponsoring conversations with. I recruit from club, so I let my club build and build and build, and then I try and start recruiting the fart out of them.
The fart out of them. Why does she say that?
They love the product. They get it frequently. They're the easiest people to say, do you want to get paid off your club?
and if you're not having conversations with them, just jump in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 it. Because what is the worst that they will say? No. Okay, the worst that could happen is they're going to cancel their club and tell you to fart off.
What is the fart thing?
I like using the word fart now, Katie. I'm just going to really
lean
into that.
Listen, to this date, 9 years later, every time I have a sponsoring conversation or I ask somebody to party with me or get free stuff, as soon as I send it, I exit out. So that way I don't even see their face bubble because I freak myself out. So I just send it and then get out of there.
I love it. Do what you got to do. But think about the absolute worst that's going to happen. Let your body metabolize those emotions and those feelings and then do it.
But there's a reason that you're feeling that way. There's probably, for me at least, when I feel resistance like that, there's a reason. And I know. I'm very self-aware of myself. I've become more self-aware, very, very, very much more self-aware over the last 2 years. And I know that if I am having pushback for something and there's not a logical reason, it's because it's just not right. Something is not right here and I shouldn't follow through with it. There's a reason these people, when they're having sponsoring conversations, are constantly feeling uneasy about it.
Your body just needs to process it. Once you think of the worst thing that could happen, process it and then do it, knowing the worst that's going to happen, and likely something better will happen.
Look, me and Ray built our business pretty much the same way. And I'm going to challenge all of you guys. If you guys get sidetracked, the first 2 years of my business, I was a full-time nurse and had a crazy schedule. And to this day, when I'm crunched for time, set an alarm for 10 to 15 minutes. Pick one thing that you want to do, book parties, sponsoring conversations, whatever area you want to focus on. Set a timer for 10 to 15 minutes. And you can get a lot done in 10 to 15 minutes.
That's not groundbreaking. That's just human nature. When we have a set time to do something, we're more likely to get it done in that set time. When we don't, we have no structure. We're just willy-nilly. We don't care. That's not groundbreaking. This is stuff that we have been doing as humans for some time now.
So when I had my daughter, she didn't sleep at all. Did not sleep. And I remember my husband walked through the door and I said, I'm going on my front porch for 10 minutes and I'm going to book 5 parties in 10 minutes. I will never forget how efficient my business ran when I literally had 0 time. Set a timer, just do it, and then get back to doing what you're doing. But when you do things in crunch time like that, when you challenge yourself, I'm going to book 5 parties in 15 minutes. Those are the things that move your business. I'm going to have 10 sponsoring conversations in 20 minutes. Those are the things that move your business. Nothing else matters. So if you scramble or you get sidetracked real easy, set some timers. You get a lot done when you set some timers and you're intentional and you're focused.
I love that. And we really I promise we meant to discuss action items for you to take away this week to do this month. I'm just going to make it up on the spot here. I need everybody to do the 3 open parties, at least the minimum 3 open party plan. I need everybody to talk about the discontinuing products, and in the comments,
be ready for people asking you to have Scentsy parties and exercise your right to say No.
Whitney showed where you can pull the report. You go to reports, customers, discontinued report, so that you know what's leaving, so you know who to have those intentional conversations with. And I'm going to challenge you to get one new club subscriber. So that means probably a lot of conversations, but you have the report that tells you who you need to talk to, and you're going to have those 3 open parties. So I just made it up on the fly and real excited about that. Amber put it in the comments there. And gosh, we just appreciate your time. We value you guys so much. The fact that you showed up this week. And even if you're not able to show up live, if you're watching the replay, the fact that you took an hour out of your time to listen and or watch the replay, we appreciate you. You are so valued. And it's only the 9th. We have so much month left, and we can't wait to cheer you on and watch you grow, friends. All right, any other questions? Reach out to your SSD or post in your groups, because we all have Facebook groups and they are there for everybody to utilize, because if you have a question, somebody else probably does. So help others also learn and grow with your questions. Be courageous, don't be bashful, and we love you guys, and we will talk to you soon. All right, have a good night, guys.
They really had no idea. They had no idea what was coming just a week later. Huh? Thanks for hanging out with me while I talk a bunch of shit, and I will see you in the next one.